every once in a while I'll go back and remind myself, revisit the definitions of allergy and intolerance and allergy. And I was in doing so, I was like, maybe I should do a digestion specificity. So I'm going to focus in on those because I've talked about my own lactose intolerance and wheat allergy before. And so those are digestion specificities. And you're like, what does that mean? It means I'm allergic to wheat if I ingest it. However, I'm not allergic to the wheat plant, if that makes sense. All right, so today is Tuesday, 14 July 2026 AD, and I am Tanis, she, her, hers of Seattle. And so let's start with lactose intolerance. An intolerance of the dietary kind, from what I can recall in my revisiting the definitions over the years, is it's a intestinal or digestive system difficulty with processing particular items. So for me, that's lactose intolerance. So my system struggles with the enzyme lactase, which is unique to cow's milk. So if I have goat milk, that's different. Lactose intolerance is not dairy intolerance, it's cow's milk intolerance, and specifically the enzyme of lactase in that cow's milk. So there we go. For me, that can be like farting, or I gather a bunch of air and pass it, so to speak, or it might come with like a little bit of a stomach ache. But I do consume lactase is relatively small in like cheeses, even cow's milk cheeses, and then I find like Greek yogurts tend to be better, thicker yogurt. And if I have some each day, which I do try to have dairy each day, if I have it with something, so like instead of milk on its own, milk with cereal, it tends to be better. And if I have some in my diet every day, the intolerance, the reaction, so to speak, the difficulty processing that I can feel and perceive myself out, it tends not to be as bad. So it's an intolerance. An allergy is actually a different system, and it's one of those ones that like I revisit and I'm like, I go back on purpose. And because it's an immune system, and the immune system can't quite handle something that it's allergic to, and so it produces an allergen, and then the item like attacks the allergen, something like that. So it's a reaction to something that actually is so it would not necessarily so severe, but it involves an immune system response to the thing that it's allergic to. And so for me, I am allergic to wheat, and I'm specifying here dietary digestion specificity because I'm allergic to wheat if I ingest it, if I consume it. If I interact with the plant of wheat, I might be okay. Though I do have hay fever, which is an allergy. I'm allergic to pollen. So there's that to keep in mind. However, that's non-unique to wheat. Wheat I'm allergic to if I ingest it. So if it goes into my digestive system. And for me, that can be I would say it's more of a bloated stomach, and then I can feel a little like flushed. I can feel a little warm, and so it is similar to like an immune system response to like something more standard like a cold, but it's an allergy. So it is in that sense, like I revisit it and then I like think through my wheat allergy and me ingesting something like, yes, that is consistent with, what I've read and what I've encountered over the years. It's still like one of those, that's right, it's the immune system. And so for that one, I handle it a bit like my lactose intolerance in terms of I try to have some in my system each day, and you can think of it as instead of like not eating any wheat and then there's wheat in an item and I get like, it gets shocked, it's like it's spiked or something like that. And then there's this huge reaction because I don't normally, a huge reaction from the immune system because I don't normally eat wheat. I try to have wheat each day, a little bit of wheat each day, just so that my system, it's like, it's kind of in instead of a dormant and then a huge eruption, if I'm gonna do a volcano, it's kind of like, it's like a it's like a lava lake, you know? It's just kind of always, it's always turning, but it's not being violent kind of thing. It's not fontaining. It's not making a lava flow. It's just, it's processing. Do too much, well, it's harder to do too much because there's already some present, you know, that kind of thing. So there we go. There's a little bit of a difference. They're different. I'd say perhaps the big difference there is like my lactose intolerance. That's the digestive system, and the allergy is the immune system. So two different systems. There we go.